Hey everyone, I'm going to review License to Drive. It is my favorite Corey's movie, the two Coreys. Um, and it is, I think, my favorite Corey Haim film. I think it is. Because many of the films, I don't know if people would agree, was always like Corey Feldman was always a standout. This movie, it was mainly Corey Haim. And he did a really, really great job. And you have a young Heather Graham in here. You have um, just a really, really cool idea. This is something, if I was ever given something to do, I would really do something like this type. I'm not thinking of a remake, but I'm thinking of something like this. And I think they are working on a remake, which you'll see a thoughts on that very soon. Maybe after this video review. The soundtrack is well done. The look of the film is awesome. It's the 80s. It's the landscapes are great, especially I think whatever they did, they enhanced it. I watched this a few months ago and it still looks great. Like something that Greg Beeman did was really, really good with his direction. I always loved how this poster, Fred Savage had this poster on in Little Monsters in his room, which I always thought was really cool. Uh, so Corey Feldman plays his best friend, and he basically he wants to uh, meet this girl, and he well doesn't really make it, and with his license, so he uses his grandpa's friggin' car, and the rest is history. It's what you expect from a Corey film, from a two Coreys film, and it's worth watching. It's exact. It's and I'm gonna do that too. Is for an if video was Corey Feldman actually wanted to audition it because it would be his passion acting project, but Corey Haim was more likable. From what I watched from the movie, the Tale of Two Coreys, which the review was before this, but still enjoyed it, still liked it, still loved it. It's my favorite, one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite 80 flicks. It's worth watching, and it's worth if you watch too much like Breakfast Club or Weird Science or like all these Some Kind of Wonderful whatever. You want to see something more 80s? Check this movie out. It's worth watching.